I just find it crazy. Like, I mean, like, and we see it a lot. Like, there's a lot of bands that they just come out of nowhere, and if you really do the digging, they've been slaving away. I hate this term, industry.
I
Industry
mean,
plant.
I'll
Industry
even say
plant.
like for Sleep Token, and we know those people pretty well. That like Sleep Token has not always been the biggest band in the world. Like
Mm.
Sleep Token was 2 of 5 on a like a in this moment tour that we saw
Yeah,
like straight out of the pandemic, and like you could tell something special was buzzing for them. But they're a band that like they wore the masks and costumes to play the Barfly in London or like wherever, like pick your smallest venue ever with 17 people there. Like Sleep Token did that stuff. It's not like their first show ever was Download or something.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
they're not president. Come on.
Yeah, yeah.
But even
They paved the way for president.
this is well, Charlie Simpson. You know, eat your heart out. But I read an interview with President the other day where he said about like, you know, I know people calling me an industry plant, and he's like, and I hate the term. And there is times where it's relevant. I genuinely believe that there is some nepotism that happens. I think that's just kind of how the world is. But like he was like, look, you know, the hardest thing I could have done was do my debut show at Download, because if it went wrong, I was fucked. Like that's
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
and maybe that's
Tough
a little
crowd.
bit that's a bit of a, coming from a place of privilege that comes across that way. But I also agree with him. Like, you know, it's a
But
big, it's Download's a tough
Charlie's not
crowd.
like Charlie is himself like an industry individual already. So
Yeah,
whatever he chose to do next was gonna get a lot of attention. And if he wants
Yep.
to do something that leans into like some other art form, which is obviously what he wants to do, then that's not an industry plant. Like this is Charlie Simpson's new band. Everybody knows that with a bunch of other like
you can't have that voice and do it.
yeah.
You just
He
can't.
got busted with the bracelets, I think, at Download. Like he was
Yeah,
wearing
yeah,
the
yeah.
same
Yeah.
bracelet
Yeah.
at Download that he wore like that night at Busted. But so like, of course he has connections in the industry. Like he already has record deals, and like had he simply just said, "I'm gonna do this new project that is this thing," it would have been gigantic.
Yep.
Choosing to do it in like an artsy way with all this lore and all this other stuff is that's modern. Like to do a project that is complete and has like all these other facets to it that is not just throwing songs at the internet is how you do it. Like he's consumed by it, and that is awesome, and that's why people like it. Like
Yeah.
he it's he was able to do that with his connections without his name. And you know, like all the stuff we were talking about before, that like the algorithm controls everything, because of the mysterious nature of President, it was everywhere. Like that
Yeah.
is organic. Like
And-
everyone talking about it with no idea
Yeah.
what it was and reposting it, like that's the definition of organic. That
Well,
like,
the other thing as well with that, Jim, like he had it on two fronts, didn't he? Because he had the mysterious who is president, and then there was a lot of, well, it's obviously Charlie Simpson, and that blew up. So he had two big things working in tandem for him on
Yep.
on the algorithms, and
And it was enough of a cusp that people were like, oh, it sounds exactly like him, but I don't know for 100%. And so people were going crazy. And like you said, Jim, like looking at the bracelets, I think I saw someone was like looking up his helicopter, like trying to track the helicopter to download.
Right.
It's like these people go crazy, like literally. And so the internet was just,
shall I shame
All of
Danny
it.
on this one as well, guys? Danny legitimately thought that president was Ronnie Winters from Red Jumpsuit Apparatus.
that is a complete and utter fallacy.
I had to think of someone really quick. I don't know why it's the first person I thought of.
It was like, what?
You weren't sure at start though when I said to you it was Charlie Simpson.
I was. He's got a pretty distinctive voice. Him and James Arthur have a very similar voice.
Yeah. What, you thought it was James Arthur was president? Could you imagine?
No, I
Could you
didn't think
imagine?
it was.
That'd been
But,
amazing.
but